come back from a holiday with hundreds of photos and videos on our camera that we may never look at again. But hidden inside those photos are colours, textures, ideas, stories and tiny details that could inspire something really new. I have just returned from spending 6 weeks in Marbella, and this time I gave myself a very specific creative challenge to capture the true feeling of Marbella and to bring it home with me. By the end of this video, I am going to show you how I began turning the colours, the drinks, the flowers, the architecture, the landscapes, and the everyday moments I discovered there into 4 completely different design collections. And one unexpected tiny detail became the starting point for an entire world of children's characters. When I travel, I don't only see a beautiful flower or a gorgeous building. My mind immediately begins separating these things into different design ideas and elements. I actually look at the shape of the petals, the pattern of the tiles, the curve of the balcony, or the tiny little details on a glass. I begin wondering how these little details may look as a beautiful watercolor illustration or design. That is the beauty of inspiration. You don't always know where it's leading you when you first discover it. The first thing I began collecting was colour. Marbella is incredibly vibrant, but its colours don't feel random. There's a beautiful balance between the soft, neutral shades of the landscape and these sudden bursts of intense colour. There are warm sandy neutrals, sun-bleached stone and crisp white walls. Then there's the blue of the sea and the sky, the green of the palm trees and glossy leaves, vibrant bougainvillea pink, citrus orange and flashes of sunny yellow. In the evenings the palette changes again. The light becomes warmer, the buildings take on a soft peach and golden tones. Tables begin to glow under the ambient lighting, and the whole atmosphere feels elegant but still wonderfully relaxed. I didn't want to return home and simply create 4 collections that said Marbella across the top. I wanted each collection to carry a different part of the feeling. The romance, the sunshine, the confidence, the playfulness, and the natural beauty, and that effortless combination of luxury and relaxation that Marbella does so well. For the wedding stationery collection, I found myself drawn to the more romantic and elegant side of Marbella. The white architecture immediately gave me the clean foundation of the collection. Then I began noticing softer, more decorative details. Climbing bougainvillea, graceful balconies, delicate tiles, natural stone, and the way the sea appears in the distance between buildings. This collection won't be about squeezing every possible Spanish reference onto one invitation. I wanted to feel considered, romantic, and luxurious. The sort of design that instantly transports a couple and their guests to a sun-filled destination wedding, even before they have packed a suitcase. I can imagine warm white or soft ivory as a base, with carefully selected watercolour illustrations and touches of Mediterranean blue, green, and that beautiful pink. There may be citrus details, but used elegantly rather than making the design feel too themed. The goal will be to capture the feeling of standing on a beautiful Marbella terrace on a warm evening, surrounded by flowers, candlelight, and the people you love. That is the memory I want the finished wedding suite to hold. The Bachelorette collection will show a completely different personality. This is the brighter, bolder, and more playful Marbella. It is sunshine, celebration, music, drinks, laughter, and getting dressed up for an evening out. I deliberately captured details that would eventually work together as a set of individual illustrations. A yacht, a glass of blush, a chilled bottle of cava, a vibrant orange inspired by Orange Square, tropical leaves, beautiful sunglasses, and of course, bougainvillea. I don't want this to feel like a generic Bachelorette template with a few palm leaves added into it. I wanted to have a real sense of place. something fun and glamorous, but still tasteful and beautiful enough to use across an entire celebration. I can already imagine the illustrations appearing on an invitation, a welcome sign, a cocktail menu, favour tags and matching table details. The collection should make someone feel as though they are stepping into a sun-soaked Marbella weekend with their closest friends, even if the celebration is actually happening at home. That is one of the things I love most about design. It can transport us. We may not always be able to take everyone we love to Marbella, but we can borrow its colours, atmosphere and energy to create a little piece of that experience wherever we are. The hosting collection came from slower moments, long lunches, beautiful drinks, tables set outside. I have always believed that gathering people around a table is one of the simplest and most meaningful ways to create memories. A beautiful table does not need to be extravagant or perfect. It needs to feel welcoming. The colours need to work together, and there should be a few thoughtful details that tell your guests this occasion matters. In Marbella, I paid attention to how natural materials were used, so woven textures, light linens, ceramic dishes, glassware catching the sunlight and greenery placed casually but beautifully on a table. I also captured the drinks because they add so much personality to an occasion. The colour of a cocktail, the slice of an orange, the sprig of rosemary or the condensation on the outside of a cold glass can immediately suggest a whole atmosphere. This collection will help someone create that same relaxed Mediterranean feeling in their own home. I can imagine menus, place cards, invitations, bottle labels, and small decorative pieces that all connect through one carefully chosen colour palette. It should feel stylish but never stiff. The type of dinner party where the table looks beautiful, the food keeps coming, and everyone stays much later than they originally planned. The children's collection is where I can really let my imagination move beyond what I actually saw and begin creating a completely new world. Marbella is full of visual inspiration for children. Bright sunshine, sparkling pools, unusual plants, tropical colours, seashells, fruit, flowers and secret-looking pathways. But I didn't want to create another predictable summer collection filled only with smiling suns and ordinary beach characters. I wanted to add a twist, and then I found this tree. There was something about its shape and presence that immediately caught my attention. It reminded me of the whispering tree from my own Nature's Treasure collection, and not because it looked exactly the same, but because it felt as though it could have a personality and a story of its own. That tree became the first doorway into this new world. I began imagining it as the guardian of a magical summer club hidden somewhere in Marbella, a place filled with sunshine, friendship and tiny adventures. From there, I began to see character possibilities everywhere. Each character will eventually need its own personality, colours, special qualities and a role within the collection. And of course, they will be all created in my signature whimsical watercolour style, with the large, beautiful eyes that bring my characters to life. But for now, they exist as little sparks of possibility inside these photographs and videos. That is what makes this stage so exciting. I know there's a collection waiting to be discovered, but I don't know yet every detail of the world it will become. Nature has always been one of my greatest sources of inspiration. It creates colour combinations that I would never have thought to place together on my own. It shows us that beauty doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical or overly controlled. A branch can bend in an unusual direction, flowers can spill over a wall, colours can fade and blend into one another. The sea can look completely different from one hour to the next. There's freedom in that, and it influences the way that I create. My work is whimsical and detailed, but I still wanted to retain softness and movement. I wanted to feel as though it has come from a real place, a real memory, or a small piece of magic found in nature. I think we move through life so quickly that we stop seeing what is directly in front of us. We notice the big view, but not the single flower growing beside the pathway. We remember the restaurant, but not the beautiful glass or the colour of the tablecloth. We take a photograph of the sunset, but we don't always notice the changing colours reflected on the buildings behind us. This trip reminded me that inspiration is not something we have to force. We simply have to slow down long enough to see it. As I looked through everything that I had captured, I realised that I wasn't only bringing home a folder full of pretty photographs and videos. I was bringing home feelings. The excitement of discovering a hidden street, the calm of looking out across the water, the joy of seeing a wall completely covered in flowers, the warmth of sharing food outside, the colour and the energy of a place that feels alive from morning until night. My goal now is to take those feelings and translate them into designs that other people can use to create their own moments. A couple may use the wedding collection to set the tone for the destination celebration they have always imagined. A group of friends may use the Bachelorette collection to create a bright, unforgettable weekend. Someone may use the hosting collection to transform an ordinary evening at home into a beautiful Mediterranean-inspired dinner. And a child may meet one of my new characters at their birthday party and become completely absorbed in the magical Marbella world that surrounds them. That is the purpose behind these collections. They are not simply matching pieces of stationery, they are tools for creating atmosphere, connection and memories. They make it possible to take a feeling inspired by somewhere beautiful and recreate a version of that magic in your own home. Now that I'm home, the real design journey can begin. I will be sorting through all of this footage, selecting the strongest colours and details, building mood boards and deciding which elements belong in which collection. Some of the footage I arrived home with will of course make it into the final designs. Others will change completely once I begin designing and experimenting. And there will almost certainly be some unexpected ideas that arrive along the way. I want to share this whole process honestly, starting right here with the inspiration that you have seen today. Then moving through the early concepts, colour decisions, character development, and all of the tiny little details that will eventually become a full design collection. The wedding suite, the Bachelorette collection, my hosting and dinner party collection, and the children's character world that will become the most perfect children's party collection. And this, right now, is where those stories begin. Spending 6 weeks in Marbella reminded me why it is that I design. There is just so much beauty in the world, but we cannot always hold on to a particular place or a moment. But through design, we can capture a little piece of it. We can take the colour of a flower, the feeling of a summer evening, or the magic of a hidden tree and turn it into something that helps another person celebrate, connect, and create a memory of their own. This is exactly what I want my work to do. I want to notice the beauty of the world, reimagine it through my own eyes, and then share it with you, so that you can bring some of that beauty and magic into your own home. This year's Marbella journey may be over for now. Creatively, it is only the beginning. If you would like to follow these 4 collections from inspiration to full design, then subscribe and join me for the next stage. And I would love to know which collection you would like me to launch first. The wedding suite, the Bachelorette, the hosting party collection, or a magical children's world. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.